Hello and welcome to Sea Friendly Reef and to a new video here on that little channel. Next to me is Thomas. Today we are at the Blue Planet. Behind us, it's not a screen. Sorry, I have to say it. It's a fucking huge window. So we are talking about more than 4 million liters.
Yeah,
but that is not the focus of the video. As we know that from Sea Friendly Reef, we focus on corals and you have a lot of corals here. Let's check them out. The first corals I see on the left side, Thomas.
Yeah.
Yesterday we have to say that we already filmed here some hours, let's say that.
A few hours ago, by night.
Everything was dark and now we see the full beauty of that tank.
Yeah.
Do you scape the aquariums here normally?
Yeah, I do.
You
Actually,
do?
Yeah, this one and the big one over there that you will see in a few seconds.
Yeah,
That's the prize.
So I have to say that
I
props to you, man.
Yeah.
It is brilliant. I already said it in the German vlog on Natrop.
Yeah.
This tank is, in my opinion, so hard to scape because you have those high walls and you don't want to just smash all the stones at the wall and do an ugly scape here. And you decided to bring the style and the clean design into
some
the
depth.
Beautiful.
So, actually, when we took over this tank, when we opened this aquarium 10 years ago, there was only like a column of rocks on each side. So some of this are artificial rock. After a few years, we got tired of it, and then we added to make the piles bigger, and then we make this what we think natural bridge from one bridge to the other, and make some depth to the tank.
The best effect, in my opinion, is the light focus is on that bridge. Otherwise, you just have a blue wall or something like that.
And even though we are called the Blue Planet, we would like to get away of some of the blue.
That's my man. Oh, so, great, really.
And get more space for corals. And in this tank, we mainly have the LPS corals because in the big tank, you will see in a few seconds, we have a few angelfish and some butterfly fish, and that's not so good a combination. So
then bring us to that tank.
We will be right here in the dimmed evening light.
Yeah, we have to say, in a few minutes, there will be a big party, dinner, whatever.
Yeah, so, it's going to be a dinner
and
party.
We are not involved.
No, sorry.
That is the main problem here.
Afterwards, besides the party, then we have this 17 meters long tank, reef tank. The total volume of the tank is around 80,000 liters of water, but the entire system, which is combined with the tank we just saw before, is around 200,000 liters.
200,000 liters, 50,000 gallons roundabout.
Exactly,
I have in mind 3 meters deep and 3 meters high, something like that.
Yeah, and around these 17 meters long.
So just crazy. Yeah. This is one of the biggest reef tanks in Europe, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
With live coral stock.
Yeah, we have a few in Holland and maybe one or two in Germany.
But exactly. Burger Zoo, we also visited Burger Zoo.
Yeah, Burger Zoo is 1 million liters, if I remember correctly.
It's really impressive what you built here. Please bring us to your favorite spots.
In this tank?
Yes.
This area here. Because back in the days when we got the aquarium handed over by the company who decorated the aquarium, it was actually just a wall. So I was lucky to get the free hands for 3 weeks. So we empty the tank and then I build this column out. Actually inside there's a PVC pipe and we have pipes going in there and water flushing out. And then we just by time mix different kind of corals and they're just all grown together. We don't care if they burn each other, they're grown wild. So I think this spot is, this is one of my favorite spots.
So you are not going into the tank and take a coral away from another one?
We will let them be.
Let them be.
And a good example to that is over here we have an aquapora growing actually inside a Montipora.
Oh yes.
And that is long time ago we lost a branch. No, I dropped a branch and I just put it there on the shelf for a few seconds because I want to do something else. Then I forgot about it. And when we came up, we looked at it and thought, well, that would also happen in nature.
Yeah,
if a boat or a diver or a big fish will crack a branch, it will go down and it will end up somewhere. And now it's there.
You've got a lot of tanks, for example, here.
We do.
And they are calm.
Yeah. They're calm, they're big. No,
big
they're
and
old.
calm, yeah.
Some of them are old. But they also, when they are this big, sometimes shape the reef because if we feed up here and there's a small branch, it will break off and it will fall down and it will grow on. So we don't take that much care as you do at home for the place we put the coral. It will survive or not survive. If it's a big coral and we can see it's not surviving down there, we will dive down, maybe take it up. But otherwise we will leave it be as nature would, as close as possible.
And we see the rabbit fish.
Yeah, it goes to bed now.
It goes to bed now,
You can see the coloration is changing now.
Yeah, crazy. If you are ready, leave us to the back. Ooh.
Let's go. That's the funny part.
Then they can have a party here as they want to. We are handling the good stuff. So Thomas, now we are on the top.
Yeah, now we're on the top of the coral reef. Right now we have evening lights because as you saw outside we have a small party, but always in the evening around 5 o'clock it dims down just like at home in your normal reef because we cannot have lights whenever we want it because we have to take care of the corals. So the normal bright light will dim down around 5 o'clock and today the party is midnight, so it will go slowly down so the guests will know now you have to go out.
There are multiple ways to go in a tank like that, but if I would wear something to dive, where would the best spot be to jump in?
Right here. Actually, we have a ladder here. So when we go in and clean the glass, we do have a huge magnet, but it doesn't take all the calcium algae. So when we go dive and clean the glass, we go like this. And we put this down. And then you walk in and walk up, and then you just have a colleague to do this so you don't bump your head. And we do that in hand as a diver every once a week.
Once a week?
Once a week, and then normally once a week with the big magnets.
How long does it take to do this at a 70-meter tank?
Normally take 2 divers, I would say around 1.5 to 2 hours.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's not that bad. It's not that. The only problem is this is not glass. It's acrylics.
Yeah.
So you can use, razor blades. You have to use a plastic card, like a credit card.
I also have an acrylic tank at home.
And then you do that.
I know that from, exactly.
It takes time and your arms get messed up.
So Thomas, I think you need huge skimmers for something like that. And maybe some other filter stuff.
Yeah.
We are going to check out now.
So here we are, and that's a skimmer. As Arnold Schwarzenegger would say, this is not a knife, this is a knife. This is a skimmer, and actually it's not the biggest one we have. But these are the skimmer for the coral reef, 3 pieces, and we have the injection, and we add ozone also into the skimmers. And they are automatically flushed. I can't remember the numbers, but around 15 to 20 times a day. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty big and it works.
When this is the skimmer system from the reef tank.
Yeah, that's a reef tank.
Thomas, please show us the skimmer system from the ocean tank. We have to see
small
it.
skimmer.
Yeah, we have to see it.
Let's go this way. So, that's a big skimmer.
Oh, wow.
These guys are 5 meters high. Approximately, it contains 12,000 liters of water. Just the skimmer.
And how many of them do you have?
We have 16.
16
skimmers, yeah. So it's quite a number. And this is the degas chamber we have here. It's around 150,000 liters, where all the water from the skimmers goes in before it goes in the basement and out through the tank, which is over there. It's a bit cloudy due to all the water. And
oh yes.
so that's some of the water. So that's the top, and the same here is that they are auto flushed. So only once a week we have to go up here. We put on a vest, and we have this hook so we don't fall down 5 meters. So that's our demand. So that's how it looks. And down here we have the degas chamber. It's difficult to see on film, but it's massive.
It's like working on a skyscraper.
Yeah, skyscraper, space station maybe, something like that. So
here we can have a little view on the water surface.
Glimpse of the tank, so that's a 4 million liter tank.
Then check it out, Thomas.
Let's go have a look. So now we're on top of the coolest swimming pool in Denmark. And as you can see, the water here is very clear.
It is completely clear.
If we were on the side, it will be 36 meters wide and we can see the entire way. And that is due to the ozone and due to the sand filters and skimmers and the massive system we have. So every day we do around 25,000 liters of backwash water, so we change around 25,000 liters a day. So it's a lot of water. And if we go a little bit this way, we can see the big acrylic glass. And the weight of the front panel here is around 70 tons. And it's half a meter thick. So it's a big ice cube.
Wow.
It's massive.
Wow.
Yeah.
How many millimeters?
Half a meter.
Crazy.
So, and then it's 16 meters wide and 8.5 high. And the tank here is 9 meters deep. So as you can see, it's very clear water. Yeah, it runs beautiful.
You have to take a deep breath when you want to go down there.
Much longer than you think when you're on the way down, and you also have to go up. So you need a lot.
I know we have a lot of reefers and aquarium enthusiasts on our channel, and they would describe your job as their dream job.
Yeah.
Please tell us the truth.
Yeah.
Is it a dream job? Is it? I think you have to be an aquarist, otherwise you would not choose a job like that.
Helps a lot, and I think it's much more fun if you like it.
Yeah.
And yeah, it is kind of a dream job, but
to be honest,
every job gets normal.
Yeah.
I've done this for 12 years now, since the beginning of this tank. So in the beginning, if you ask me, I would dive 10 times a day in that tank. If you ask me today, I'd rather stay on shore, because I've been there maybe 1,000 times. So it's not that exciting anymore. But still, I have to pinch my arm sometimes. It's not every day that you just for fun can go down and dive with a 2 meter big bow mouth, as we see it there, or the 2.5 meter big hammerheads. So of course it's crazy, and sometimes you just have to wake up and look where you are instead in front of a computer.
Yeah, I think this happens in every job.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if you are an astronaut or something like that.
Formula One driver or something.
Exactly.
You have good days, you have bad days.
Yeah.
And not all days. I'm what we call here an aquarium technician, but really we are just facility management.
Yeah.
So sometimes I also have to go out and make sure that all the containers with all the garbage is emptied, and some days I have to help the cleaning with, fix a machine or something. So it's not always helping the fish. And
These are the sites nobody sees.
Sometimes I have to remove a desk from the accounts ladies and stuff like that. So
I can
and then some days you have good times. You have to go down and maybe catch a fish or do a vaccination underwater, or you have to remove a big pump. And a big pump here is not like this. A big pump here is 500-600 kilos. So it's a big pump. Yeah. So,
crazy.
So you have different kind of days.
Okay, nice.
But overall, fantastic job.
We as hobbyists, we make experience every day.
Yeah.
In our little small reef tanks, because we normally do not have something like that.
Yeah, exactly. That's for the few. Yeah.
Yes.
But so do we here.
Yes.
Yeah, we do.
How is it? What is this for a kind of experience you make every day?
As an aquarist, I often hear that from other aquarists that have been here. They say, why don't you just change blah, 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 something.
Yeah.
But when you have to change a water parameter in 4 million liters of water or in 200,000 liters of water, it takes much more time. It takes money. And this is also a business. It's not just for aquarists, it's also a business. So maybe if someone asks me, why don't you put more circulation inside this tank? Well, we would like to, but maybe it costs us 500,000 Danish kroner or 100,000 euros or something like that. So you don't do it by night. And again, the biology and all water parameters take much more time. And if you want to change the calcium level here, you don't go to your local pet store and buy a plastic bag with 1 kilo of calcium chloride and add it. You maybe have to add a ton.
How many do you need?
So
all of them, and all of them you will ever get.
It is crazy. Sometimes here is if our salinity goes maybe 1 promille down or 2, then we have to add 2 tons of salt. So we will put in a crane and we will rise a big bag up with salt and add it to the overflow box and mix it there. So it's huge scale, and that you have to be comfortable about, and then you have to get used to it when you come from a 700 liter home tank.
What was the last thing you learned or you didn't know before in the last days or weeks, where you said, oh crazy, I do this for 12 years, but I did not see that coming?
I would say especially corrosion inside pumps and stuff like that when they are this big. When the rotor blades are that size, then you see stuff you wouldn't imagine in a small tank at home with a small pump for maybe 2,000 or 3,000 liters an hour. But when you have maybe 2,000 liters a second, it's a whole different ballgame. So you get surprised there sometimes. We had an incident with a very big pump when we had brown dust. We didn't know what the brown dust was. We got it checked by a company, and it was rust coming inside from the pond, blowing out because it had so many rounds a second. So it was blowing rust out because it had a leak. You would not see that at home in your sump.
Normally.
So that's surprising sometimes how all the chemistry is working together inside and outside the water. That's a big challenge. And I'm not engineer or anything. I'm just like fish. So it's difficult to follow sometimes.
The perfect word to go and check out your pumps, because
let's go have a look.
I know they are not normal.
No. So here we are at the space station, as we call it. So
oh man, well, at first I know there are the pumps, but
this one.
What the f? I mean,
this is the UV lights. We like UV, as you can see. This is 100% titanium. Each tube here is 300 watts. So, and they run all the time, 24/7. If they break down, it will shut off the pump. They're connected. So we never run without UV, so we don't get sickness from one tank to another tank. And this system contains 4 million liters of water and a lot of fish, and a lot of expensive fish and stuff we don't want to miss. So we have 5 of these in this system alone.
What is the worth from a titanium UV system like that?
You can buy a pretty cool Mercedes for the same price.
I think so too.
Yeah, this is around 200,000 euros. Yeah. And then the maintenance is also quite expensive, because we change the lights every 10th month, sometime 12th. And then the quartz tubes inside we change every 1.5 years, and that's probably maybe, I don't know, 5,000 euro each time. So, and again, we have lots of those guys.
Nice.
So, but again, our fish don't die, they don't get sick that much, and if they do get sick, they then infect other aquariums. So that's the main purpose.
It's worth a few to invest a few basilos here.
And private people should do the same. UV, I think it's gone.
It's the key.
Yeah,
perfect.
it is to not.
Okay, this looks like the engine of a ship.
It's not. It's only the feeding pump for the sand filters here.
Okay.
So it's only a small part of the pumps we have. When they run 100%, they use 22 kilowatts an hour. So 22,000 watts an hour. Right now we are here in early nights, so they run around, I would say, 70%. In the nighttime we have cheaper electricity, so they will go up a little bit to get more water. But we have a turnover here for around 3 times an hour, so that will be around 12 million liters of water an hour through the system. So it's a lot of energy.
I have nothing else to say.
And they are heavy when we need to change them.
Of course, it is a huge tank, but it's hard to have an idea of the dimensions from something like that. Maybe we do one thing, just go next to that tube,
like yesterday.
Thomas, and then, I mean, guys,
so
you know what I mean?
It's a big valve.
it's
250 millimeters. So it's bigger than the normal 32 at home.
Thomas, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
It's a pleasure, really. It's not that normal because Thomas stay with us, I think, for 48 hours, something like that. Thank you so much.
You owe me a beer now.
If you are in Denmark, you have to check out the Blue Planet. It is incredible. You have seen maybe 30% in that video. Roundabout.
So a lot more to experience.
Exactly. So, guys, we see us again here next week. If you like the video, feel free to subscribe. Otherwise, write a comment. And I'm looking forward to see you back. Have a good time. And yeah, bye-bye.
Bye.